Hi, my name is Adam, and my wife and I have been attending Alive Church for a little over a year and a half now. And our story really begins May of 2022 when we got married, and then later that year we bought our first house together, and also we got pregnant. We'd always dreamt of having a family, and this was the journey that we were going to go down on. And unfortunately, 12 weeks into that pregnancy, we ended up losing it and having a miscarriage. And then the following year in 2023, we got pregnant again, and everything was going great with this pregnancy. It was perfect up until we got to 20 weeks where she started having some complications and ended up going into early labor. And we had our son, JJ, at 20 weeks, and we had him for 3 hours, and then he passed away. After the loss of our son, JJ, and my anger towards God, it really affected my life, especially at home. I really had a short fuse, short temper. You could feel the tension. It was hard to just enjoy things. I felt like at home there were times when we just might get into little arguments here and there that were unnecessary, but that's just because I was just so angry over the whole situation. And again, you hear from people, well, God's got a plan for you and he's there for you, but I didn't want to hear it. I really just cut that part of my life off completely. And at that point, I felt pretty lost, didn't really know what to grab onto. We started going to Alive at the beginning of 24, and I tried to open up, but I was always a little closed off. And then my wife got pregnant again at the beginning of 2024, and we had another miscarriage. And it was just like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if believing and having the faith was going to help or not. But we stuck with it. We continued to go, and it ended up being just a Sunday in August where Pastor Ken, at the end of one of his services, did a healing prayer for people trying to get pregnant, and it really spoke to us. And after that service, we went up to Pastor Ken and Pastor Tabitha and kind of shared with them our story, and they prayed over us. And a few weeks later, Raven took another test and found out that she was pregnant again. And then after that pregnancy, we decided to go all in. I wasn't gonna have any more doubts, especially after that prayer and us finding out about the pregnancy. We ended up getting rebaptized together. And now we have our son, Noah, at home, who's 6 weeks old now. It was a perfect pregnancy all the way through. I know I felt like I had lost my faith, but I think that's just the power of God, that he was always with me. Even though I lost my faith, he never lost faith in me, and he was always with us, even in my darkest times where I was angry with him. I wanted nothing to do with him. I didn't want to go to church. I didn't want to hear about that. That's one of the things going through a loss is I would hear all the time, well, God's got a plan for everybody. And I was like, well, if this is his plan, him taking my babies from me, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to be a part of that. But he never gave up on me, and he was always with me, and he was patient with me. And I never would have thought I would have started going to church again. And now here I am at Alive, and I'm excited to go to church every Sunday. I'm serving on the partner safety team. I just feel like it's an amazing community, and it feels like family. If my story says anything about God, it's that faith really does come true.